Got this booklet today. It was yesterday, 2 days ago. I got this booklet. Sorry. And this one I bought off when I got this here. It's the original TRC451. It's an old school Radio Shack radio. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So you can actually find the schematics. This one has the same schematics on cbtricks.com. Just look up cbtricks on search, and you'll be able to find it under realistic, and you'll see the schematics. So I'm gonna put the whole page and show you what I got for like. Bought it for $14. Came out from Massachusetts. Hope you guys can see it. But I'm going to show you what the schematic looks like when I zoom up on this thing. You can only see it with a magnifying glass or a cell phone. So I'll give you guys a pause of the video so you guys can look at that. Then I'll go to the next one and show you in a second here. This is all the specification. We're going to be putting this on YouTube, on Foxman 362 World Radio, and also on TikTok under UDX 362. So you guys get to look at this. But what I'm going to be doing with this radio, I'm probably going to recap the caps. And when I bought this radio back about 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, back in 2020 I had it. I think it was 2021, yes. And I think it was modified to a ham radio, that's what it said on the description. But the radio did work, but it has no receive on it. It has transmission and all that, and it has sideband and all that stuff in it. I think it's modified to a ham, but it's like I have pictures of it on one of these areas I can show you later on, and show you the pictures of it when I get a chance. Maybe I'll put it on TikTok or on YouTube and show you what the TRC451 I got that day on that day. You guys be able to see what that board looks like. But I found some other pictures on different group pages on Facebook, which actually show you what the original one looks like. But I'm gonna see if I can recap the caps of the radio, the little silver, those little round caps. That's what I'm going to try to do. I'm actually got some coming in the mail sometime soon, a whole case of them, because 390 Wagmaster told me about this, about the caps he got on one of his live streams one time. I think about a month ago or 2 months ago, and he brought back radios back to life with caps on his older rigs. This radio is actually dated from the 1980s, from early 80s. The TRC451 is one of the good radios. This radio is actually done by one of the guys actually had one of these radios. There's several people have it, and mostly the people who have this kind of radio is Motor Junkie on YouTube. Motor Junkie, he goes he's actually UDX United Delta X-Ray 151. He goes by UDX 151 or United Delta X-Ray 151. He's out of South Carolina. He's done a lot of skip videos on his TRC451 a while back. He's done a lot of antenna builds on it. Well, this is a pretty cool magazine. I don't know if Motor Junkie's got the original booklet, but this one is pretty awesome. So, at least I got the original book, but some of the schematics, it shows some things on it. But on cbtricks.com, it's the same exact schematics. You can actually see it on there. It shows you way up close. You can't only see this with a naked eye. You can only see this with cell phone magnification or magnifying glass or jewelry type lookers, magnifying glass too. But here's the cool antenna setup. But look at what they put in this magazine back in the 80s. This is amazing. Look at the antennas they put here, like the dipole ground plane, the 6-element beam, the vertical beam. I've seen a lot of these back in 1994 and back in 97. One of my next door neighbors had one of these, but he went on a lot of sideband. I heard him bleed over the TV for one of those antennas. I think it was a Mako 103 back then. He used to go by a call sign called Greenie. I think that's who he was. I have talked to him before one time in around 1998 before I moved out of South Florida back then. But he was not a big guy, but he had really good powerful amps when he bleed on my television. Back in those days, yeah. He used to talk Australia, different countries, and different states. But he was a man in a wheelchair. He had a CB radio. I don't know what kind of radio he had, but he was pretty awesome with that beam antenna on a little small tower about 15 to 20 feet off the ground with one of those. But I'm trying to build something like that, or get something like that. So we're under 4 minutes now. I'm going to show you what all this book. I'm going to do it very quick so you guys get a glimpse of this magazine, this booklet, this original Radio Shack book manual, TRC451. Look at that. So I'm going to do this very quick so you guys can pause this stuff to look at it. Then we're going to do that. I don't care if I put the whole booklet on YouTube. People can look at this. I own it now. It's owned by me. And I had the radio, which I'm going to try to recap this thing. So I'm going to do this where you guys can look on YouTube so you guys can pause it, look it on their screen. I hope you guys can see it. Let me know you can see it very well. And also I'm going to be putting it on TikTok. Looking good. Alright, looking great. Got at least a lot of pages to go through. Alright. It's still going. Good, good. We can see that now. Alright. This is pretty cool about the sideband. That is amazing stuff what it shows here. You guys can pause that to look at that. Alright, that's amazing. Oh, I forgot the schematics. Nope. Nope. Alright. Show you that. Okay. This is the interesting part. I'm going to show you this in a second what it looks like. But on CB Tricks, you can actually find this. And you actually see the original. I'm going to zoom it up right now so you guys can take a look at it. We're going to have plenty of time. See this thing says, these are actually capacitors, resistors here. The little ziggly line. These little lines are actually the double line things you see right here. I'm pointing my finger. Those are actually caps. I'll show you what they look like. That's actually showing resistor 49 and 1K resistor it shows. The other ones are capacitors, those double lines right there. See them right there. And that's how we have to look at this. That is all the whole entire schematics. You can only see it up magnifying glass or a zoom up cell phone. But CB Tricks actually has this on there for free. You can look at it and get that on their site. You'll be able to see it better. But at least I got the original here. You can see it. See. That is actually the whole entire schematic. You can see all the resistors, capacitors. But some is not mine is the original. It's almost pretty original except that little breadboard I have on the side of it. This guy put a modified one in. I'll have to show you that when I get pictures, when I get later on, and show you what it looks like and give you guys an idea of that. I did some good shots of it with my Canon camera a while back. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to zoom this out before we get this video out of here. And it also has these little notes you can write down. That's pretty awesome. And that's the original book, the TRC451. And it's actually the Motor Junkie radio on YouTube. You can actually see his videos on it. And it's a very cool radio from the 1980s, early 80s. And it's actually a sideband CB radio. You can get on all 40 channels with it, but it is a pretty cool radio once you get it going. But they sell them on eBay. They sell them on that. They sell them on a lot of classified sites. You can find them. And this radio came out pretty cool. But look up the Radio Shack catalogs on the internet. You'll be able to find them. So I'm going to let you go. This is actually the TRC451. I bought this booklet about 2 weeks ago, and it finally came in during this week. And this is Foxman362 World Radio on YouTube. And I go by United Delta X-Ray 362 on TikTok, UDX362 on TikTok. And have a good day, and have a wonderful week this week, and we'll bring out some more videos sometime soon. catch y'all later. Just wanted to show you something really cool, and you guys can